What up, though, my G's? Hey, listen, man, if you found your way here, that means somebody running their mouth. They talking too much. I tell y'all all the time, keep it on the low, but tell somebody, though. It's another episode of a podcast that doesn't exist. I am your host, as always. I go by the name of Watts. That's BKA Watts. Find me all over the place, or right here where I just put my name on the screen because I'm the editor. You see how that works? And today, I got another guest with me, somebody dope that you need to know. Okay. A lot of y'all will know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell y'all exactly why, because we're going to get into it. Please, good brother, introduce yourself to the people.
Quincy Big Heff Taylor, music executive, music insider, and Midwest representative for sure.
You already know, man. Listen, you've been around for a while, brother. You've been around. You done some things and seen some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And so today, this is a dope opportunity on one hand because it's cool to be able to just have cool people to come sit down and chop it with me on these shows. But like you really been in motion since before I even ever set foot on the scene. And I feel like I've been around forever at this point. Yeah. I've also seen you in my time in the space move through multiple phases and waves.
Yeah. I feel like every year I have to challenge myself to do something different so I don't get bored.
I feel you.
And then I always believe in, like if you play sports, I always believe in a soft pivot that, the Euro stepping now. But yeah, so I feel like sometimes I had to, to get to the layup.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, no, it got to be different because it's like the space we operate in change all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it's like if you can't adapt and keep up with it, it's anything. It's technology. It's whatever.
For
if you
sure.
can't adapt, like you gonna get left.
Yeah, like the craziest thing in the world. I had a meeting yesterday, and speaking of technology, that the agentic AI was the person conducting the interview.
That's crazy.
So I was kind of spooked at one time, but at the same time, I was intrigued because I'm like, AI is giving me sympathy. Oh, how was your day? How was the weather there? Is okay? Oh, yeah, it's kind of. I'm like, what?
Cause it can't miss a beat. Once you done gave it them parameters and the details that program it, and it's supposed to replicate that feel. Yeah. It's like I might forget to ask something specific, but it won't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's intended not to. Yeah. So it's definitely. I don't know. I feel like AI got everybody freaked out.
I think you got to embrace it, bro. Like, I feel like you have to know how to utilize it, embrace it, and then it allows, like, some people that didn't have a voice to sing or didn't want to be at the forefront, it still allows them to create. Like, I always think about it in the writing and the composing process. Now, they might have some ideas, or if you get super advanced in it, then you can start cooking up with the AI, and it knows like what kind of pockets to sing in and what kind of pockets to create beats in, and just adding certain melodies to it that if you can't sing, then it can do it for you, and you don't want to use auto-tune anymore.
Yeah, and the thing is like it's always that level of pushback because it was like, you had people who could sing. You had people who wanted to sing but couldn't. Auto-tune became a thing. Then it was people who was against that because it was like, if you can't sing, you just can't sing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no way to stop it. It was going to happen. It was a tool. It became useful. It got utilized. It's just like, you still just do what you do and let them do what they do. Yeah. And now AI done came along to this degree that we got it at now, where it's like, people like, no, I'm super against it. But it's like, bro, listen, that's just somebody who's creative in a way that's different than you. And to a degree, there's a lack of creativity because the AI does the work, but you still have to guide it though.
Yeah, you still got to guide it
to get the output that you want, rather it be
they still got to sound
audio.
Good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Still got to sound good. Still got to look good.
And you can't do it, but they can. So it's like you cannot be mad at somebody who is
it should
learning.
For people that are creative, it's just going to enhance their creativity. For people that like I said, if it's a songwriter that didn't have the best voice, then it allowed, like, all you have to do is put your lyrics in there, boom, boom, tell them what pitch, what octave to sing in, and it's going to deliver, that song for you. And you can change the melody so it just depends. Like I said, I'm a creative person, so I don't have no problem with it.
No, for sure. Like imagine now for the writers that got books full of records that they done wrote, and they ain't
Exactly.
got nobody to sing them for them. Now they can.
They got a
Now it
voice.
ain't just that. Now they ain't even got to sell that joint for cheap. You know what I'm saying? Or hope that it get to the right artist. They can. It can be a full pipeline process from writer to produce product without having to go through the extra hoops.
And the other part is that like now they've created the ability for you to put the AI songs on streaming platforms to monetize off of them. So imagine that songwriter that didn't have that opportunity before.
Right.
Or, it's a very vain industry, so that didn't have the best voice or the best look. Now that songwriter can create a whole different image for themselves, create some songs for themselves, put them out there and monetize it. Now they got a different way of living.
It's a different version of stuff we done seen in the past. For example, when like Milli Vanilli, you know what I'm saying, having like whoever was on the original, whoever was the actual vocalist, clearly didn't have the same look, appeal, feel that the front men actually had. So take these vocals, y'all do y'all thing with them. They couldn't sing a damn lick, but it didn't matter. It was a manufactured industry creation.
What if somebody did that to you?
Crazy. That'd be. But I mean, it's like I said, it's not something that's unheard of that we ain't seen.
Could you have handled it if somebody like an exec came through and like, hey, Watts, I really like this song, but it'll sound a lot better with somebody else singing it.
See, at this point where I'm at in my experience levels,
I was talking about when you're 20 years old, 25.
Would have been hot. Would have been hot. Like,
Would you have gave up the record?
The check would have had to be the craziest. Depending on how crazy the check is, realistically speaking.
I mean,
because I'm gonna write another one. I'm gonna write another one.
The publisher is always gonna be good because that don't change.
So, and that's the thing. I guess that, like I said, 20-year-old me, nah, probably not, because my level of like, nah, that's me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have, I probably would have blew that.
It's a tough thing that for I've seen a lot of artists that are songwriters.
Yeah.
They're like, that's really me.
Yeah.
And
now see, but like it's on one hand though, it's like the writing. But if I wrote it and that's my vocals, and y'all just gonna have somebody else pretend that they me and just lip sync it, that's even crazier. Cause that's literally 2/3 me, and then y'all just gonna take me out like, damn, I'm that ugly, but like, that's crazy. Like that's a wild thought.
Yeah, so I just want to know if the mature you and the 20-year-old you, if they different people.
Definitely different. Oh my God, yeah, no. Look, I'm the 18-year-old me to the 24-year-old me was different. The 24 to the 30 is different. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, whatever, bro. Listen, if you want to pay for something that I got going on, the check got to be magnanimous, and I'm willing to part ways with or we got to just work the deal out. I mean, we in a situation right now, you know what I'm saying, where, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what was slid across your desk, if it was similar to what was slid across mine, but when it came to our current situation with Revolt, you know what I'm saying, like there was just, it's standard industry shit. It's like the offer was on the table to either sell my show or license my show. Yeah. And it was like, I still want to retain my ownership. Yeah. So in that sense, it was like, nah, like this is my baby and I want to maintain it and grow it. So I went for the licensing option versus selling it because, you know what I'm saying, I still want to have control of it, still have parts of it. And whatever happened, down the line, if we part ways on that situation, I still want to have what I created because I know that's really me though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like something is, like a song might, to me, I feel like a song is like, I'll write another song. And I guess I'll come up with another pod, but like that movie show, like movies, that's me. I be in the theater. I pay for a subscription. Yeah. I got every streaming services. I'm like, that's really, really me. Right. So it's like, nah, I'd rather hold on to that. So it's like, I'm different but similar. You know what I'm saying?
It's good though. I know. I just, I look at it, like I said, with the AI and the tech stuff, just it opening more opportunities for creatives to be more creative. Like even my little brother made a song and hook on it was crazy. And who's that on the hook? Oh, that's AI.
That's wild.
Why you using AI? Oh, singer didn't want to come to the studio that day. Placed it with AI.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what is it that at this point for all the time that you done spent working in this thing? Like, what is it that still got you getting up and going and still grinding?
Man,
Daily?
you know what? I still think I got one more run in me, and I don't even like. Sometimes I'll be chilling. I really just to chill, but I just feel like there's one more run. Like, all right, we got to this point. We got to this point. We got to this point, and like these are high levels of, you know, wanting whatever your goals was when you started in the music industry. Um, you playing at a high. I'm playing at a high level, so. I'm around with Cardi B and Brooklyn Johnny and Megan Thee Stallion and T Ferris. I'm at 300. I'm at Def Jam. I'm at Epic Records. So I'm playing at a high level. But I don't know. I just feel like it ain't legendary status because I feel like that's already accustomed with my name or whatever. But I feel like, all right, let's make some more superstars one more time.
All right. So with that being said, what would you consider? I know, I feel like we have some similar feelings on how we done moved, but what would you consider your biggest accomplishment in your career thus far?
Biggest accomplishment? Personal.
Personal. Like the one that you the most proud of.
I got two.
Okay.
I got two because I gotta bring it. I'm from Cleveland, so I gotta bring it back to Cleveland. One is starting Ohio Hip Hop Awards
For sure.
and creating that awareness and industry awareness for our music scene.
Mm-hmm.
Creating a community for our music scene because it wasn't there before. It was like literally people on chat boards and stuff like that. But the second one for me would be I'm sitting in the studio in Atlanta and I'm thinking I'm in a room full of superstars. And I said, wow, I was a part of all of their career. I should have started a label. And then I came home, I started a label, and then within a year later, I did a joint venture and signed Ty Bree, signed Ryan Wolf, and I did a joint venture with RCA, and she became the first female artist, rap artist signed to a major label. So those are my personal joints.
That's crazy.
Now, when you talk success on artists, like, man, I got a Cardi B, I got a Megan Thee Stallion, I got a T Grizzly, I got a YK Osiris. I work with some hitters, so
For sure.
and it worked out.
With those things under your belt, and that being said, do you feel?
Oh wait, hold on! I got another one. One more.
Come on. Look, I'm with you.
One more personal one.
I'm with you.
When I was first starting off. When I was starting off, this was like in 50 Cent mania in his era, beginning. When the hype was all there. Introduced 50 to LeBron. LeBron comes on the tour bus, and I say, "Yo, Bron need to do some drops for the new G Unit mixtape." Bron said, "Yeah, need to do that." Goes into the booth, has a studio in the booth, everybody on there, 50, Lloyd Banks, Yayo, all Bron's people, Randy, everybody, his mom on the bus. Bron goes in and knocks out, and it's LeBron's only mixtape he ever hosted in his whole career. Was, that was like a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's definitely crazy.
So that, I told you I'm gonna give you some raw stories.
No, I appreciate it. We need that. Because all that does is like people know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also always be trying to keep myself in a space where it's like for as many people know who I am, it's infinite more that don't know
for sure
and don't understand. So it's like when we sit down and it's like we see so many people that got microphones, that got podcasts.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't know what the fuck they talking about. They not no industry expert. They not no professional. They don't have they don't have nothing to back up nothing that they saying.
No credentials.
No credentials. Opinions is just all that the niggas got.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to make sure we was clear.
Yeah. And so with that being said, it's like I need them to understand that yours is valid.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That yours is valid because we going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We going somewhere.
Yeah.
So with all those being said, in these admittedly crazy moments that you done had your hands in.
But I've never left home though. I travel all over the country, all over the world,
And come back
but
to the house.
I never left home. I always wanted to stay rooted in Cleveland, do it from Cleveland.
So that's the whole thing though, because we all know everybody, you know what I'm saying, on the internet talking about how you gotta leave Cleveland to make it. You gotta leave Cleveland to do something. You gotta leave Cleveland to succeed.
Flight passes for the low. Some flights was for the low. And it costs you really nothing to go back and forth. Or if you wanted to keep like I've had situations where I had a place in Atlanta or a place in Miami or something like that, but I always kept Cleveland at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I like all the other execs, there's a couple of execs like that's from the city. Like sometimes when we all in the city at the same time, we'll go out to dinner and, powwow and all that good stuff. But, I was there for Lil Craig getting his deal. I was there for YFL Kelvin getting his deal at Def Jam. I was there for the Ty Bree situation. Definitely supported Doughboy. Like these are all things that really go down. Like that, them phone calls do really come through, and it could be but I always support Cleveland for sure.
No, definitely. I get you. So my next question for you then is, for all those things that you done, do you feel like you have already achieved your biggest accomplishment? Or do you feel like it's still something out there that could go even bigger than everything else you just talked about?
On a personal side, I want Grammy. On a personal side, like I would want probably the like I don't really like the fame part. I'm always a behind the scenes person, quiet person, so that's not even my persona. But I don't think year for year nobody can really mess with me for sure.
I feel you.
But just Grammy, maybe American Music Award, something like that.
That's like the last thing that's left for real. Then you can low key be like, all right.
Yeah, just it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I gotta, But we put up a lot of points, bro. Like not even just on. I gotta directly be involved in it. It's been sometimes that I don't co-sign somebody to do something and they got the award or they got the the recognition for it, and that means the most. Like if I see my team win, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, I'm always in that space too. I'm definitely always in that space. Like I say it all the time. And it's like it's stuff that happens around the city. It's stuff that happens when I get a call outside the city that I done had hands in the parts of, making something happen, pulling something off. My connections or my resources done saved somebody's situation or enhanced something that I never spoke about at all. And it's just because it ain't necessarily about that. It's like if I can help somebody else, if one of my people hit me and like, hey, I need you for, it's like, it ain't counting favors, but it's always a thing where I tell people all the time, it's like, bro, listen, when somebody asks me for something, it's like somebody always owe me something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always owe me something. And I don't lean on nobody like, nigga, you owe me. But it's like somebody always owe me something because I'm always there. You know what I mean? And vice versa. I always owe somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it'd be mutual back scratching that got to occur to make some shit happen.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe like as we become more resourceful and as we become like, I believe that we need more media outlets and we need more publicists and managers to help guide the artists in our music community in the right direction. Like, so we need that. We need more platforms. So if you're doing 32 podcasts, we need you to do 64 next year.
Real life. Yeah, next year got to go.
Yeah.
Out of
there. We got to
make
sure they get heard too.
That's true. And that's a whole process. So, but I mean, like with that, in order for me to make that happen, even to get to the point where I'm at right now, it's been a process of first I was doing my show.
Yeah.
So it was just me and my show and seeing successes with it and people who have been doing it longer than me coming to me and being like, nigga, how was y'all doing that? And y'all just got here.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, look, I help. And then teaming up with other people, then creating. I won't say the first because I seen like K Nice and Step, they did a live podcast joint. We were on it though, you know what I'm saying? So like we were involved in it. But they did, just one and then kept doing their thing. But I created the first series and did it every month. And it was like, boom, people come down. We set this whole space up we in right now and let people just come out, watch us pod. I'm doing a variety of different shows on the joint so people can just kind of get familiar with podcasting. I really like dove into the space, and every piece of game, every good piece of information, every strategy that worked for my show trickled down to my clients, and now they all getting the same game. Now I'm monetized, they monetize on this platform and this platform, and it's like passing that down and around
for sure.
had
And that's
to
what
become
it
a thing.
like. I feel like long as we can start to monetize and create that ecosystem, then that's all we need. Just 50, 100,000, 2,000, 5, whatever. It's much needed. Thank you, appreciate it. Because people gonna talk regardless. So
Facts.
might as well monetize off of it.
But you know how hard, but it's like it's and like I know it's difficult because it take a lot for people to like play the background because everybody want to be in the front so bad.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes it take being in the background. Like I done thrown the live pod and not done my show and said I'll put 3 or 4 other shows up there in front of this 100 people instead of me going up there because I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I can step back.
Yeah.
It's other people that can't, and that's what make it difficult to get that right.
I did that for a long time on my radio show just to develop the other people and their personalities and all that kind of stuff. That, so they be like, "Hey, we're not gonna make it." I'm like, "I can do my show by myself, bro. I'm okay."
No, for sure.
but go ahead.
That's solid though. So speaking of, the radio show.
Yeah.
And then now transitioning and adding an additional element to the show to make it podcast format as well now for the Revolt deal. Like, how did that all play out?
Man, I just think that's like crazy, just keeping good relationships with people. Dev was a part of my radio show team for a long time. And we just happened to see each other at Mocha one day. We just started talking. What you been up to? What you been up to? I'm still moving, doing the stuff. And he was like, "Man, I just felt like you helped start my career. Can I do this for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Just talk about it. I'll be back off the road." And then, a couple months passed. We circled back, put it together. But that's relationships, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was on the show, like, I was still, let him get his platform off on my show. Like, "Hey, bro, shout your stuff out."
Yeah.
Like, you don't got to be here for a long time. You could be here for a good time. And, but I've never held, like, none of my people back at all. Like, "Hey, want to go host this or whatever?" I was like, I know what the platform going to bring. So, but I've been through, like, different variations. So, like, last year we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. So I've seen, hosts come, go, some stay, some come back, whatever. But it's the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what happened. And I feel like, it's like, it's seldom that you see a platform that maintain the same people in front forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
like,
it's,
I want to
changed.
keep it young, energetic, fresh, and like I like when, they still excited about, interviewing people and talking to people. And then, like, over the last couple of years, I really went more community based. So I want to talk to the people that's in different spaces outside of music, as well. So like I forget, somebody had wrote a book and they was like, "Man, I want to go on a promo tour too. Stop saving everything for all artists." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you should come talk about your book or whatever you got." Yeah. So that's it, man. It's just I love doing a radio show, especially during COVID, bro. That's kind of probably saved a lot of people's livelihood and spiritual and mental health and all that good stuff.
It changed the whole trajectory for mine because, before that I was hosting everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was on every stage, at every venue, hosting somebody something. And so like that 2015 to 2019, I did like somewhere around 700 events.
Yeah.
Which was
That's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
The only
So
person that gets more enthusiastic about hosting stuff is you, Crisis, and Suge. I swear to God.
real life, and that just happened to be the people who like we just happen to be the three who alternate all the awards and accolades for hosting, and it's like even that was unintentional. You know what I mean? Like somebody just asked me if I host one night, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. But then somebody came up to me that same night and was like, hey, would you come? How much you charge? You can come host something for us too, and I'm like. Charge like money. Like wait a minute, and then next thing you know I'm all over the place. So it's like unintentional. But when when COVID shut everything down, it was like I can't host, I can't throw events, I can't be outside, I can't do none of this. So that really took it put me in a space to start operating in my art, which so I sat in the house and I drew for months and then started buying up this little equipment. And I was thinking YouTube show at first, kind of reviewing movies, and then transitioned into the thought of podcast and talking to Step One. And then ended up rolling with Vig. And then me and Vig been doing the pod. And like that's where it really started. And COVID, if it wasn't for COVID, I know for a fact like it wasn't gonna play out like this.
Nah, like bro, like so for me, I was used to being in 4 to 5 different cities a week. Like that's a week. So I come home for a couple days, dump out the suitcase, put more clothes in the suitcase. But I was used to like and the actual thing I was on the road, it was me, Lotto, Flo Millie, Ty Bree, all on the road on a Girls Trap 2 tour. I came home from that's what made me come home. So that tour was supposed to go for like another week and a half. They shut it down because of COVID, and I was stuck in the house. And I was like, man, first it was good to rest, and then you got like antsy after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think it was the beginning of the kickback era.
Right. No, for sure. I definitely like around this time of year, everybody be kind of tucking their money, getting ready for holidays and traveling and family and dinners, all that. So it slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It don't be crazy, but it slowed down. So it's like, and a lot of my clients double up. They shoot like 2 episodes at a time when they pull up. So like my weekly clients, I only see twice a month. My bi-weeklies, I see them once a month. So knocked out everybody's shows for the most part like the week before last and spent the whole week in the house last week just like, what am I about to do?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even eat like that. It felt like COVID for real. I'm like, damn, I don't be knowing what to do when I don't got nothing on my schedule booked. I'm like, damn, like let me draw something. Let me come up with something. Let me just like shoot some of my own. Like, let me catch up on some of my content because I'm always putting my shit on the back burner for everybody else, working on.
That was one thing with me, bro. Like I really wanted to make sure like over the last year and a half that I did the stuff that I wanted to do and block out everybody else. Like
that's important.
You get in a routine of helping people, and you like for me. So that's when I start writing, and then that's when I start saying, "Hey, I want to do another movie. Hey, I want to do another documentary or docu-series," and I was like, Cleveland music started to slow down a little bit. You feel me? Not being at the forefront on the national scene. And I was like, I got to get back to it. I got to get back to finding who the next hot artists are, who the next hot DJs are, developing some platforms and,
And then that film space going, but and that's the thing, like, I think it's that level of access and a new area of creativity for people in the city where like, music, I feel like even with me being disconnected because I'm not outside how I was, I can still feel that music has slowed dramatically and film has like taken its place almost in like that's the thing everybody got their hands in right now.
Well, yeah, and that's true. But the other part about it, like as I started to get involved in it, I started to know that I can put music inside the film to keep it creative, to keep my creativity going. So I literally have writing sessions, studio blocks of time where me and the actors would just be in the studio creating records and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, because I mean, it's in all actuality, If you know the industry, you know that the movie studios own other companies that supply them with things that they need for the movie sets.
Yeah.
If you operating in movies and you operating in music, there's no such thing as a movie without music. So
Thanks.
if you can create and do that
Yeah.
on your own, now you're not going and cutting somebody a psycho check to
Yeah.
get their song in your
Thanks.
movie. It's we creating our own and you keep all that in house. That's what the studios do. I'm always looking at what the business is on the major level, the national and the global level, how they operate to try to adopt some of those same type of movements into what I'm doing.
Yeah. When you first got in, you was in the poetry, or what was you?
I was rapping first.
Rapping?
Yep. So I went
a
from
battle
rapping.
rapper?
I was battling. I was doing records. I was doing anything rap was
Okay.
was all it was. And then when my daughter was born, that was 12. In 2012, I stopped because it was like as much fun as I was having, as much passion as I had for it,
Yeah.
it was like I still hadn't hit that point where it was making me money. I was still spending. I was still spending on the outfits, still spending on the studio sessions, the beats, the you know what I'm saying, paying for the showcases to be involved and do
Yeah.
whatever. And it was just like I can eat noodles and live and be cool.
But she can't.
She can't.
Yeah.
So I had to switch it up.
So I ran into like a month ago. I ran into Ray. We started talking about Unite 216 whatever I forgot.
Oh, Unite CLE. Yeah. Because it was they called it something before that.
Yeah.
It was like Master of Mike 216 or something.
So yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I named that.
Okay.
So we got a chance to chop it. That was the first time we chopped it in a long time. I would take like whoever the winner was, I would take to New York, do a label meeting. I forgot the guy's name that I took, but he had the best night of his life.
Oh, HT Player.
HT Player.
HT
So
Player.
let me tell you about HT Player's day.
Man.
So took HT Player. I think I took him to Rock Nation.
Okay.
Then I let him come to Def Jam with me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Atlantic Records.
That's crazy.
Then they had I went to the club. DJ Drewski was there, but it was something for Power.
Mm-hmm.
Power was having a thing. So 50 was there. Mano was there. He had the best night of his life.
That was wild.
So I'm coming out of the club. I was like, I'm standing out. Everybody's rushing. You know, it's like all the Power cast, and then all the New York guys. Fab was there, and so Mano say, "Heff, come to the studio." And AC Player's like, "How does Mano know you?" I said, "I'm okay. I'm good people." And he's like, "Oh wow." So I go to the studio. AC Player's with me the whole night long.
That's crazy.
So HT Player walks in on a session. It was Jim Jones, Mano, and maybe one other person. But I was there to see somebody else. So I'm chopping. Said, "What's up, Jim?" Said, "What's up" to everybody. But my boy first, he's a producer. He was in New York at the time. The craziest story ever. First is there, and sleeping on the floor was Post Malone. So AC Player got a chance to meet Post Malone, go to about 3 different labels, and it was all from Unite CLE.
So, for those of y'all that don't know, one of my staples, which I did for like 2 years and some change, was called Unite CLE, and that was at Anatomy. So 107.9 was broadcasting live downstairs. And then we had the showcase going on upstairs. And Top of the World, shout out to Josh from Top of the World.
Sure.
They were judging and had their hands in it. And, Josh had stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And it was a lot running his studio, his business, and then also having to commit to that on a consistent basis. And at the time, So Blessed was hosting downstairs.
Shout out
And
to So Blessed.
shout out to So Blessed. So
Started upstairs and then
so
moved
she
me
pulled up
downstairs.
on me and was like, because I still had a job at the time, which I'm almost 10 years removed now. But she came to me, pulled up on me at my job, and
She
and
said,
asked
I got
me,
a guy.
yeah,
She said,
she
I got a
like
guy that helped me host. And I was
tapped
and they
me
was
in,
like, what? Who? And I was like, watch. Oh, watch good people for sure.
just like that with it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm in there and I came in and restructured the format. We did a free showcase every week. We promoted it on the radio.
Maybe
They
like
had my
25,
phone
30
number.
People, 25, 30 people every week.
Week though. Yeah. I'm talking about and my phone number running on the ad. Yeah. And I'm talking about
phone jumping.
4 a.m. I just heard you on the radio, dog. That's not live, bro. Like you just it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody, yeah, I just heard you. I'm trying to sign up right now. What's good? I'm talking about, bro. That used to fry me. But I hosted that joint. I restructured it. We came up with 3 different prize packages. Every single week, we gave away like $1,000+ worth of prizes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We gave studio sessions. We gave beats. We had consultations. We did videos. We did photo shoots. People could, and they could just pick whatever they wanted, whoever won every week. 25, 30 artists a week, every single week, and did that joint for over 2 years straight. And it ran for a year before I even got involved. Yeah. So that was a significant thing. And then 2 of those years, we ended with whoever won. We took all the people who had got retired, because we eventually got to a point where we had to start retiring people, and then took the retirees through the course of the year, put them in one big showcase head to head, and then whoever won, Heff took them to New York to go and kick it. So shout out to HT Player, because he was one, and then the only one was the other one was Only Native Sounds.
Yep, I took them to Def Jam for sure. I still got a video on my phone of them.
Yeah, and they was crazy. They had it going for a hot little second in the city too. So
but I just remember HT Player probably had the best night of his rap career.
That is wild, and it's crazy because after like when Unite CLE stopped, I ain't heard from bruh since.
Yeah, I said I would see him in a spot in Lakewood sometime.
For sure. But, now occasionally like artists from then, they hit me up and be like, "You still doing the shows?" No, I am not. Like I am doing shows, but this kind, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So that's a random. Yeah, that's another random story.
No, for sure. So with all of these credentials laid on the table for people to understand, and you done worked with and do work with, are connected with and affiliated with all these labels, with people in the industry, you have decades of knowledge in the space. Now we got to touch the book.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like my journey, I wrote a book, me and my lawyer, Debbie Eagle.
And put that right
shout
there.
Her out. So it was really based off conversations, because if you got a lawyer, your lawyer is always there, one, to protect you, but 9 times out of 10 you only use them when you mess up. That's what most artists do. When they mess up, then that's when I gotta call a lawyer. Not when I think I know right. So we was just talking about the do's and don'ts of the industry, what person messed up on this deal, if this was the right deal for somebody, or is this the right pub deal for somebody, all this kind of stuff. So sometimes people sign stuff and they don't even know what they're signing. And so we just, like I said, just having conversations, and it felt like we went through like maybe 3 or 4 months of just like bad conversations about artists and what they've signed and bad paperwork and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, we should just write a book on this. And she was like, all right, I'm down. And it was literally that easy to do the book. And it was, it's like it's a sparring match between a music exec and an entertainment lawyer, but it's such a how-to guide, and chapter to chapter, like it gives you all the information, what to do, and what to do. Then I come out with a colorful summary at the end of each chapter, and then it actually has a checklist. And as you put your information in there, the checklist is really including you on how you're perfecting and becoming a better person or better artist or all that good stuff, better manager. Like it's stuff in there for everybody.
Yeah, no, just like looking through. I mean, I see you got it broken into like what look like roughly 9 different segments,
Yeah.
different sections.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this is available on sale and they can grab this now. Correct?
Yeah, on Amazon. Grab it on Amazon for sure.
Yeah. So it's For the Record Playbook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is obviously a capital structure production.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I kept my brand alive, man. I kept it alive through film. Like we scored a soundtrack, couple soundtracks, been featured on a couple other people's movies, soundtracks. And like so right now I'm just like I really got a Ryan Wolf album ready to go. I really got a Ty Bree project ready to go. And then I started a management company, so there's like a lot of new artists and stuff, from Sleazy World Gold to T-Rail to like a lot of artists that I just helped guide their careers.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's something like I never really wanted to do before. I never really wanted to get into management, but shout out to James and LB, two other music executives from Cleveland. It was like, no, bro, like you should really do that because no matter what, it's still 20%.
No, for real.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No, definitely. There was a book about essentially how to make it in the industry from years ago.
Yeah.
But then like after so long, they had to come out with a volume 2 as shit changed and adapted.
Yeah.
So you feel like this gonna be
mine
like
is right now. Right.
Yeah, this
now.
right now.
Like you got stuff in there about AI, how I'm implementing AI, some
Social
of the conversations
media.
we had, social media.
For sure.
Like the green, it's kind of color coordinated. So
Right.
the green is how to get money in the industry.
Makes
which
sense.
I feel like a lot of people forget that part. Like
Man.
a lot of people know how to spend money in the industry, but don't know how to make money in the industry.
Right.
And I think that's
they know how to make
equally
it
as
look like
important.
they got it. That too.
Yeah.
Spending money to look like they got money, and now they ain't got it because they had to make it look away.
Yeah, because like there's like you can easily go through 100,000 in the music industry real fast and not really realize that you spent it.
Yeah.
So I know some people that when they go through 5,000, they'll be like, man, this just messed up my life.
No, real life.
So, but I think if you do it and you do it right, then you can learn how to monetize off of the things that you're doing, especially now in today's digital era. Like, a couple 100,000 streams means this amount of money. And you can keep reinvesting and stuff like that. So, like one of the other youngest artists that I work with, man, YSN Flow, I think he's a true testament to like capitalizing off the moment in his fan base.
That's important to be able to know that it's timely for right now and how it work and how it operate. But because we know we in an ever evolving industry, that also puts you in a situation and position where same thing happens as it adapt and change. You get the update and come with a volume 2.
Yeah.
And
what the rappers call it, the deluxe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, here go the bonus, here go the DLC, the you know what I'm saying, the downloadable content of some extra chapters.
But I believe, like we're in such a crazy like this era is that it's changing and nobody knows what AI is gonna do to the industry.
Right.
So, I like to talk about touring. I like to talk about merchandise. I like to talk to artists about performing. Like those things, hand in hand are going to keep your career alive throughout, your whole journey.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I think it's important for something like this, especially with somebody who actually know what they're talking about versus just listening to whoever the hell. It's like, this matter the same way a guide on podcasting would matter from somebody with that expertise, even though it's an industry that has existed infinitely shorter by comparison. It's a thing to just understand that I tell people all the time is the reason that a lot of folks fail is because they refuse to learn the business.
Yeah.
That they trying to make their business. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't operate in it and not know how it work.
Yeah.
And think that you're gonna succeed. Because the people who do know how it work gonna finesse you. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You got overall.
Yeah. I was just seeing a lot of different places and I was like, you really taking advantage of these people, bro. Like or you guiding them in the wrong path. And I've never advertised anything I did with an artist. It's either you're personally recommended from a friend or like you either signed to a label or something like that. And I just, so I was happy to write the book, like especially with my lawyer, and she's super particular and mechanical in the way she approaches it. And I was like, man, we have to set a standard for what's going on right now in today's current music climate.
You know, I mean, from the guides to the imagery, what y'all put together in this thing is super clean, bro. It's super clean, and I
Watch,
feel
if you would
like
have had this book in
I'll probably be a
2010,
different person,
hey,
different place.
you might have been on tour with J. Cole and them.
You feel me? Because I'm a wordy person,
Yeah.
but now it's just wordy in a different way, and it's all right. But that don't mean that I wouldn't tell people that they need to have their hands on this, because and I'll probably grab a copy myself, because I got quite a collection of books from people that I personally know who have written joints now, and it's like it's starting to become another. I'm a collector, so I just I love having stuff like that, especially when it's like somebody I can say I know who this is. You know what I'm
I think you
saying?
showed me an energy stone before, with the medallions that you go around. And like, it wasn't somebody that used to come to Anatomy that had those.
Yeah. Rastafari and brother named Red Stripe, man, used to come down and work on my piece. I got the watch. He did a couple of joints for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like always there, man. I got a lot of stuff from a lot of people, and people's books is the thing, and I feel like it's starting to maybe tell me something. Maybe I need to pick that pen up and write in a different way.
You should, bro. Like there's so much within us, and then like you got a generation that's underneath you that's coming in that needs
Right.
to learn and know, like, what was the, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, it's somewhere a wrong pivot happened or a disconnect happened that maybe threw you off your square, or that might be throwing them off theirs, because they get discouraged after. Like, it's not. I feel like they ain't as fearless as we were.
Yeah.
So they get discouraged a lot faster and stuff like that.
Definitely. And I know for a fact that I think, man, once I didn't have a job, I ain't stopped working since then.
Yeah,
If
for
that,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like people who would understand that it was like, bro, once I didn't have that, my check could be there on Friday. Energy on me no more. Then it was like, man, where is it coming from? And I got to go get active.
Gotta go make it happen.
And I gotta, and like you said, everything that I felt like was in here, I'm like, let me get it out here. And that's still like my thing. That's what like keep me actively going forward, because I'm like, I know it's still more in here that I need to create or produce or
So
put
I
out
was
there.
just having a conversation with my guy from Black Ink Chicago, and we were just talking about when you don't have an affiliation with a company or a brand or whatever you want to call it, then a lot of people forget that it was within them and what attracted the company instead of vice versa.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, you can always still make money. You just got to put the vision together on how you collect it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I think, how can I put this? I feel like I know that there's still more to do.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I know it's still more to do. And I also feel like I try to keep that energy on myself, because I don't ever want to get complacent and start living off of what I did.
yeah, for sure. So like for me, like just saying, this is a while ago to me, but in 2019, we had the most signed artists in Cleveland history at one time. It was 13. Kelvin was at Def Jam, Doe was at Free Bands, Epic Records, 55 Bags at CMG, Tybri at RCA. I had all this stuff going on, like just helping create this whole energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that energy not there right now.
Right.
So I was like, man, I got to go back and give to the city. Like, just spend some time there figuring out what ways to help people, how to utilize my relationships that I have in the industry to bring to Cleveland. So no matter if it's fashion, let's bring some fashion people here. Let's bring some different brands that they can do some collaborations with or whatever. And I think I'm moving in the right direction. Like I've expanded. Like before, I was just music, but now it's like film. They shooting a John Travolta film from Lionsgate's in Cleveland. They doing all the stuff with Adam Sandler. He's doing in Cleveland. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what's going to happen in 2026 and 2027. But I feel like, yeah, we got a lot more work to do. Like, it ain't no go back, chill in the suburbs, kick your feet up, da da da. It's like, all right, let's bring back the culture. Let's bring back the feeling of people being proud that they're from the city.
Definitely, it's I feel like it's so necessary, and it's just it's an adjustment period though, and I get that because like the thing was always the music here. You know what I mean? And like you said, now it's like we got people who actually really developing clothing lines and brands, not just I make T-shirts. You got people actually really learning the industry and getting into the fashion side. You got podcasting becoming a thing, and now, I mean, I don't know. I think I will have to call Dev and ask him, but I mean, right now we got 5 shows on the network out of Cleveland alone. You know what I'm saying? Like we got 5 podcasts that have national deals in the city. I don't know if there's another city that has more shows than us on the network, which is significant. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't got the most, we high. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be. So, that's crazy. We are leading the charge in the podcasting space. And I feel like the way I intend to work, I want to revolutionize it and keep on, stay ahead of the curve on it and keep us in a different space where we forefront that. And you got the film space is, like I said, going crazy. It's us, and it's like Detroit. You hear about the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Making these independent films and moving and getting into it and tapping in. Not to mention, we got so many, like you said, like the John Travolta joint. Sandler got stuff. They just shot Superman here. All these huge movies, and I just saw today that they put like $17 million up in tax credits for the
and that the people don't realize that can make or break a film.
Exactly. So now the studios got more incentive to keep coming here and bringing more film in, which opened up more space. So it's like we really, like I said, it was like we all were kind of music.
Yeah.
And now it's like we like, nah, like we really just like we do everything. So like let's flex.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of adjusting to that we do everything.
Yeah. And there's, I want to say, like, Cleveland got some popping film directors right now. You still got the Russo brothers. You got a lot of people from Cleveland that's really doing their thing in the film committee. So, and you got all the independent films and stuff. So I'm excited, bro. Like, literally,
I feel you.
It's podcast moving, it's radio moving, and I feel like people are coming back to support or to give back and pour that knowledge back into the next generation. So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
I'm with you. All right, man. Make sure you tell the people where they can find you, where they can follow you. Keep up. Tell them where they can get the book because they need a copy of that. For the Record Playbook.
For the Record Playbook,
grab that.
Man, please grab that off of Amazon. Listen, I promise you, if you're a music fan, even if you got kids that are about to be artists, all of that good stuff, you really want to read the book. It's really gonna give you a lot of information and a lot of knowledge and a guidance on how to survive in the music industry. Follow me on Twitter, Big Heff, BIGHEFF. On Instagram, it's Big Heff Midwest Fresh, as well as on TikTok.
For sure. And as always, y'all already know, tap in, tune in right here on the Pro 3 Entertainment YouTube channel. Follow me at BKA Watts. I ain't hard to find. And as always, keep it on the low, but tell somebody, though, that has been another episode of a podcast that doesn't exist. Hush. Catch y'all on the next one.